Yes, people, welcome back to episode 5 of From the Ground Up podcast. Today is with a really awesome guest, everything around men's mental health. So Better Blokes Project and Blokes Advice. It's Matty. Today's episode is about men's mental health and more importantly, what happens when blokes finally stop suffering in silence. Blokes Advice was created back in 2016 and has grown into Australia's biggest men's only group with hundreds of thousands of men. It's bigger than just the online group now. You see the stickers on the back of cars, you see the blokes wearing the shirts, and you hear blokes talking about it, even without realising how much it's impacted them. It became a place where blokes could talk honestly about life, the pressure, the breakdowns, the dark thoughts, and the moments where you feel like you're carrying everything on your own. A place where you don't have to pretend you're okay when you're not. Out of that need for connection and real support came something bigger, the Better Blokes Project, a movement focused on changing the conversation around what it actually means to be a man in Australia, and creating a space where blokes feel safe to open up, grow, and ask for help. I can speak on this personally, and I'm actually a member of the Blokes Advice group chat, and I've seen firsthand how powerful it can be when men show up for each other, even if it's just for words on a screen. Today we're sitting down with Matty, someone who's been deeply involved in shaping both Blokes Advice and the Better Blokes Project, and who is generally leading the way in men's mental health in this country. This isn't about pretending to have it all figured out, it's about real conversations, struggles, and the real change, because mental health isn't optional and silence isn't strength. Matty, thanks for coming on the podcast, bro.
Thanks for having me, mate.
It's going to be sick.
What an intro.
Yeah. So a bit of a rundown on obviously what you guys are, what you guys do. Mate, take us back to the start. So you growing up, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Cairns. Far North Queensland boy.
Yeah, sweet. So a nice hot day like today.
Yeah, I apologise for the heat, mate.
Nah, you're all right.
The lights block the aircon.
Yeah, that's all right. So take us back before Blokes Advice, or the Better Blokes Project. What was your experience of mental health?
Not a lot, to be honest with you. I was always somewhat of interest to it, right? So I was a filmmaker originally. Right. And I did a lot of stuff in action sports. And looking back on it, even like quite a few years ago, way before this sort of came about, I had films that revolved around that. I was trying to tell the story of, a skater or whatever. Yeah. And if that was part of their story, I'd make sure we put a big focus on it and really shine some light on it. So I don't know exactly why I did that back then, but then fast forward a few years, like once I got into the thick of it and I saw what was going on, that's when I put a heavier focus on it. Okay, cool. And obviously a lot of people, especially I think on the coast, they see Blokes Advice, and a lot of men do, and they see, like I say, like the stickers on the back of cars and the group chat. But why and what was the moment it became a real thing? Like what happened? Like I know we had a quick chat then, but how did it come about being so big? Was it just something that you just started, or how did it evolve? It kicked off in 2016, so we're going back almost a decade. Yeah, right. It's a little while ago. Yeah. The internet was a different place. The whole world was a different place, to be honest. And it started as a private Facebook group, which it still is to this day, but back in those times, the groups weren't as popular and it was a lot less moderated. Zuckerberg didn't have all his AI. So what was going on inside private groups was a little bit chaotic. What happened was there was a girls' advice group that someone else started. Girls can ask their stuff. Right? My period's late, my boyfriend this, I don't know. Yeah. Girl shit. One of the boys decided, hey, let's start this Blokes Advice group. Yeah. And suddenly, it started in Brisbane. Yeah. And within, the Brisbane schools and the trades, the construction boys, they all started being inside this group. Because it was private and no one knew about it. It was like, wait, are you in Blokes Advice? Yeah. Are you in Blokes Advice? That's cool, yeah. And it became this, how do you find it? How do you get into it? How do you get accepted? And it was like a flight club sort of thing. A men's, almost like an online men's shed. Kind of type thing. Blokes Advice has never been solely mental health. Yeah. It's very general. So you asked 10, 100 guys what it is, and everyone's going to have a different answer. Yeah. Because of the volume, especially of how many posts there are, how many conversations happen, it is different for everyone. Yeah. And it's like a buffet. You get to pick and choose what parts you like. It doesn't have to be all for you. Yeah. And that's kind of what happened. And then eventually we hit the mainstream news just because of how chaotic it was.
Getting,
and like, it was a wild west, man. There was some crazy shit happening, good and bad.
Yeah.
Once it hit the news, that just supercharged it. Yeah. Everyone was like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And we skyrocketed. The group ended up with 890,000 members.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So this is just on Facebook?
This is just a Facebook group.
Oh, that's wild.
So that's what really catapulted it sort of into the limelight of being part of, I guess, mainstream bloke culture. That's why so many people know it, especially from those early days.
Yeah.
That group eventually did get deleted.
Yeah.
And we had to rebuild, and we were young fellas at the time too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
To be able to figure out the best way to navigate and control that many people, that many conversations.
Yeah, for sure. And even like today, like you say, like I'm part of Blokes Advice on Facebook, and you're right, you see it's not just about men's mental health, it's about like just life. Like people put on there like, oh, I'm having this drama, or what's your opinion on this? And like I've seen people put on there like, oh, where's a good spot to go and find this? Or, like it's just a place, that you can just be yourself. Like, and you can just sort of ask the question and get the right feedback that you want. Almost.
Well, we get comments like, because we'll let posts go which are essentially stupid. It's someone doing a joke or someone just saying some dumb fucking bloke stuff. Right? And they're like, what the hell is this doing in Blokes Advice?
Yeah.
But it generates all these comments and laughs and whatever. And if you can't have a laugh, you can't talk.
Yeah.
So those heavy posts that do come through, if it was 100% that, it'd be a pretty depressing group, to be honest.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to be in it.
Yeah, so that's a good way to look at it.
To be able to build the camaraderie by like all aspects of bloke stuff, whether they're talking about four-wheel drives or fishing or whatever.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Once they can do that and they're like, well, it seems to me like I got something in common with a lot of guys in this group.
Yeah.
Maybe if I do have this drama in my life, maybe someone's gone through it as well.
Yeah.
And the relatability aspect is why guys go there for help rather than places you'd think they probably should.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was watching a video a few days back of an interesting story you told about the guy who had put a post up on Blokes Advice, and he dropped his kids off at his ex-partner. Do you want to just tell that story for the audience that might not have seen it?
I don't know if you've seen this, but that story was about Hayden.
Right, okay, well.
We buried him on Wednesday. He was a fucking good dude.
Yeah.
But essentially what happened was Hayden found the group when he was going through some tough stuff himself, been through a divorce, had a bunch of stuff going on. After a few years, he made it through, and he was in a better mind frame.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give back. So he was always very proactive in making sure guys were okay. If there was someone in the comments, he'd message them.
Yeah.
And then it got to the stage where Hayden posted his phone number into the group and said, hey boys, if anyone's having a dark day, just call me.
Yeah.
And that's what the story was.
That's wild, yeah.
It was 2 years after that post. This other bloke was literally driving home 2:30 in the morning, and he wanted to check out. He'd pulled up on the side of the highway and he was going to wait for a truck.
Wow.
He was going to jump. And while he was waiting, he went to Blokes Advice for answers.
Wow.
For all the places he could go, that's where he went. And somehow he found this post, 2 years old. He called Hayden, picked up 2:30 in the morning.
That's crazy.
And just had mad yarns with this guy, and it saved his life. It didn't solve all his problems on the spot.
Of course, yeah.
But it got him through that dark time to be able to go and get the help he needed.
Wow.
And that's the story that we want to see in that group. We've seen it thousands of times.
Yeah. How does it make you feel to know that, it was just, like you say, it wasn't nothing big at the start. It was just a group that, of a few mates, or, a place to go, and then it started to grow. And then how does it make you feel that, that happened through the group chat? Is that obviously, it's a positive thing that, Hayden spoke to that guy and got his life back on track, and, that's awesome. But that must give you a sense of feeling of, that you helped create that positive outcome.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes me proud that that community can facilitate things like that.
For sure.
And it was about 3 years ago, we kind of had Blokes Advice sitting around, it was kicking on.
Yeah.
But we were a bit older, just got to about 30 or something, and I knew that it was being underutilized.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like, how can we do something better with this? Like, I feel like it's there, it's helping people, but if we give it a nudge in the right direction and be more proactive about things, we can. And that's when we decided to do the Better Bloke project, the charity.
Yeah, and I was going to go on to that next.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, okay, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, to be able to take this community, because the majority of the time it's not us doing it, it's the boys, we're just facilitating conversation. To be able to help that along and put it out to more people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a proud thing.
Oh, 100%. And I think men's mental health, you know, it's obviously a massive thing, especially in Australia. Like, I'm obviously originally from the UK, and I don't think it's as spoken about over there. But I think obviously with the big tradie culture and things that you have over there, and just general life stress, you know, what do you think is one of the leading causes or one of the leading reasons that you see, you know, day to day working in the mental health space, that, you know, people's mental healths are affected?
It's a great question. I think it's different for women and men, and that's what people don't really love to talk about all the time. For men, there's a lot of pressures from financial burdens. Family breakdown is a huge one, and also not having a purpose. So that's different from just feeling anxious about stuff and body issues, stuff like that. So a lot of it comes back to the value of self, and then family breakdown. Yeah,
for sure. And I think a lot of people, especially blokes, like you said, not having a purpose. And I feel like a lot of blokes, they do feel like, what's my purpose? Like, why am I here? Like, I can't just be here to work a 12-hour job every day, or, you know, go out to that swing on the mines and work in 40 degree. Like, you know, I'm always destined for more. And I think a lot of blokes feel like that. Like, even talking to a few of my mates, I've always grown up and been like, I always want to do more. I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to do something. And I think that is actually a reason, because you're always, and I was having a really good chat on another podcast I did with Joel Nightingale. He's my barber, he owns his own barbershop, and he was saying that comparison is the thief of joy. And I think you're always comparing yourself to that next person, you know, and you'll see a guy and he'll have a ute, and he'll see another guy and he's got a better ute, and he's, why am I not got that ute? And that is just, you can get yourself in such a rut from comparison. Is that something you've seen?
Yeah, for sure. Comparison and moving the goalpost on yourself. The horizon complex. So there's your goal over there, and when you finally get there, if you're looking at the next goal, you don't take the moment to realize that you made it. So yeah, that's a big one. Comparison. That's a whole social media problem now. We're looking at everyone's highlight reels.
That's true. Like, why can't I make that highlight better? Like, it's wild.
And
I can actually relate to that whole like goalpost thing. Like, when I was growing up, I always wanted a V8. That was my thing. Like, once I got a V8, I've completed life. Like, I'm the man. Like, and I got a V8, and then I got a V8, and I was like, this is cool, but what can I have next? And you're just always trying to chase what you haven't got. Like, but yeah, like, have you, obviously, like, yourself growing up, you grew up in Cairns, and you said like mental health wasn't really, obviously, how old are you now?
I'm 32.
32. So when you were growing up, so say, you know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, how has mental health changed since you've grown up? Is it
hugely? Like, it's much more talked about now in probably the last 5 to 10 years. And I think that's something that has changed in the UK too. How long have you been here?
Since 2017.
Right, so it's probably changed over there since you've been there.
For sure. So
they are talking about it. It's a very similar culture. That conversation piece is more prevalent than it ever has been before. But what we're seeing, 2019, we hit the highest suicide rates in 20 years.
Wow.
Right, so it's gotten worse as this conversation.
Do you think COVID had a plan to play in that?
2019, that was before COVID.
Okay, it was right. At the start,
I think it's a mixture of everything. There's, like I said, the financial pressure now in the last couple of years, because it's not getting better. There's the comparison piece, social media's gotten a lot worse. Cost of living, like all these things are just taking away people's ability to deal with it properly.
How did you, let's go back to like, say 2019, during the COVID times, did you see a spike in mental health issues? That's
a tough question.
When
there's two sides of it. It's what we're seeing and then like,
what we're not seeing.
What the data's saying, right? So if I'm going off like just purely numbers, like this is how many guys we lost, it didn't spike that high.
Okay.
Not to say like,
they
probably mark that down as a COVID death.
Right? Yeah, literally, right, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but we definitely see time periods. I can't say it spiked crazy high during COVID. It was more a lot of people just angry. Like we see these social trends like at the moment with what's going on with politics, very prevalent in the conversation. Leading into Christmas time, we do see a lot of people struggling with their mental health, especially when they can't be with their family, and same around Father's Day. Yeah. So it's ups and downs. We do see trends, but I don't know specifically how much COVID had to play with it. Yeah.
Obviously, we're getting into Christmas time and New Year, and like you say, being alone at Christmas time is a real reality for a lot of people. And, especially in partnerships and relationships where it might be a split partnership and they might be doing like a weekend with the kids or not with the kids. Is there any, not advice as such, but any points that you would potentially bring up to the audience that, is a way for people to maybe deal with mental health or maybe not let themselves get so far in the rut before it's too late?
Yeah, isolation is a big trigger. Yeah, right. So, and that's not just around Christmas time. It's one of the biggest signs of a man going deep down that path. For sure. And at Christmas time, it's easy to do that. We see a lot with guys that don't have access to their kids. Yeah. So it's not a happy split relationship. For those guys, I'd say get around people because. Just because you're in that position doesn't mean no one else is, right? And the best thing we see is when guys put up a post, say, hey guys, can't see my kids, but I'm going to be cooking up some steaks and having some beers. Does anyone want to come around and have a Chrissy?
That's awesome.
It's like, fuck yeah. You have to take the step out there, put yourself out there. And it's not the best scenario you could be in. Yeah. But it lets you live to fight another day, right? Maybe you don't get your kids this holidays. Yeah. But next year, 5 years time, those kids are going to grow up and you are going to. You just need to get through now. Yeah, for sure.
Going back to like more towards the start of Blokes Advice and that sort of thing, was there like a first meetup that everyone did? Or like, was there any like memories where you look back and you're like, God, we were like crazy to do that? Or like, was there any big barbecues or cook-ups you boys did?
There was a couple of them. There were some boat parties and stuff like that. Sick. But it was very much an online thing. Yeah. It wasn't until we did the charity where a big part of that was part of what we're doing is getting boys off the screen and actually meeting for real life connection. Yeah. That's when we started doing the barbecues and going to all these like car events and barber events and this and that. Yeah. So yeah.
Why do you think in Australia, like it is, and I mean, it's a worldwide issue, but I think in Australia compared more to like the UK and Europe, there's that thing, that stereotype in Australia, like she'll be right. Or like, I'll be all good. Like, it's all good. Like, why do you think we've built up that she'll be all right attitude around mental health?
I think we've built it up around a lot of things. Yeah. But it's just a bit dangerous when it's applied to mental health. Yeah. I think part of it comes back to that like tough guy persona. Yeah. And a lot of guys feel guilty too. The amount of times I'll be on the phone with someone and they'll be having a full breakdown, right? Yeah. And they're like, I shouldn't be doing this. I know people have it a lot worse. Wow. Right? It's not about comparison again there because, someone probably has it worse than you, but that doesn't mean what you're going through isn't real and valid to you. Yeah. So I think it's guys, maybe feeling guilt that other people do have it worse. Yeah. And then they just want to toughen up and do it themselves.
Got on that thick skin, hey?
Men love solving problems. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So they're going to try to solve their own problems and they just try and solve it to the point that they break, which is a bad time to ask someone else to help solve them.
Absolutely. And that's like talking with someone else. And I mean, the group chats and stuff are awesome. Like they're great, and the meetups and the project. But in terms of getting professional help, how do you think that compares? Like obviously going to counselling and, if they've had traumatic things, I know especially I watch a lot of things on war veterans and PTSD and, that sort of thing. Do you see the benefits often in sort of the stuff you do with going to seek professional help from the doctor and things?
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Big time. But in saying that, it's not for everyone. You have to be open-minded to actually accept that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There are scenarios like where guys are going to be in such a position that they really need this.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about guys that do have proper PTSD.
Yeah.
At that stage, you do need to go see a doctor, and medication's going to get you like super level.
Yeah.
Everyone's got this, don't want to do antidepressants.
Yeah.
I get you don't want to go to a therapist and they pop you on antidepressants for no reason.
Yeah.
But there is a time and a place too.
Yeah,
it's worth hearing it out.
Do you see the antidepressants that do help a lot of guys?
Yeah, big time. But there's a lot of conversations we've had about antidepressants.
Yeah.
And some guys completely say they saved their life, and other guys said they tried all the different ones under the sun and it fucked them up. And
it can have a lot of complications on your like emotions and that, and your hormones. And I think a lot of guys, I think you hit it right now on the head. They don't want to go and sit in front of the doctor. And I've been in situations before, like I moved out to Australia when I was 18 by myself, and flying the nest of mum and dad and brothers and sisters and leaving all the family back home, like you're always thinking about home. And I couldn't imagine for some blokes some of the things they're going through. But I think to have mental health being spoken about day to day can only be for the better, hey?
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's why, like with our podcast, we try and get guys on that have been through this journey.
Yeah.
And everyone's solved it differently. And we say, we don't care how you sort your shit, as long as you're sorting your shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to stand there and you say, I don't want to go to therapy, I'm not going to sit there and talk to some quack.
Yeah.
That's fine as long as you're not hitting the bottle every night. But if you're out there getting yourself in shape, doing the healthy thing, eating good, sleeping good, maybe you're into breath work or you're doing your ice baths, whatever the fuck it is. If it works for you, that's fine. I'm sold. You don't need to go see a therapist.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing something and moving forward.
Yeah.
I think guys can handle things in different ways.
Yeah, for sure. And do you like the breath work and like all the ice baths and that? I've seen the crazy videos of like people, and like I know a guy on social media, and he does an ice bath every day, and he can't not do one now. And I think he's consistent for like 700 days or something. And like he's like, it's just my thing. And I think every person has their thing to just keep them on that level track. And for him, it's the ice baths. And like you would have known like Wim Hof and all of his breath work and things. And Gaz Wright, for the Hope Cartel, he does a lot of 9D breath work. And I think that can help a lot of guys, hey?
If it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't take anything away from anything.
Yeah.
If a guy has said it helped them.
Yeah.
Even if it's all woohoo kind of shit, that's fine. If it worked for you, I don't care.
Yeah. Would you say that to guys to just give it all a crack and see what works for you?
I think they'll feel what's going to resonate with them.
Yeah.
Like some guys are going to sit here and be like, I'm not doing Pilates and yoga.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm like, okay, cool. You go down to one of these bro gyms and like go through this primal shit where they're just like doing chin-ups.
And crazy shit.
Will you do that? Okay, go do that one.
Yeah.
If it suits you better.
Yeah, nah, for sure. That's like the people telling them like 7-day escapes, and they're like not on their phone, and like they go and find themselves with like the monks in Thailand and stuff.
Do that, like
whatever works.
Hit the ayahuasca.
Like, yeah, literally, yeah.
We've had guys on these couches that have done that.
Yeah.
And had massive transformations.
Yeah. I just want to obviously, this is a podcast channel, but going on to your podcast, how did that come about? Like, how did it go from like Blokes advice and all that to have an actual like podcast conversation? What was the sort of starting point for you there?
When we started the Better Bloke project, we needed a way to be able to talk to the masses, because that's something Blokes advice never really had. It was user-generated content. We facilitated the conversations, but it was tricky for us to actually go out there. There was no face to it. Right? Yeah,
true.
Especially with the project, we wanted to be able to tell real people's stories. We wanted to to go to events, and for that you need a voice.
100%.
A podcast was going to be the easiest way for us to do that. I'd shot podcasting before. I had like an electric skateboarding one I did 50 episodes on.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
It was for a company.
Yeah.
And then before that, me and my mate did one during COVID.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to talk on camera.
Yeah.
And he wanted to learn how to speak English better.
Whoa.
So, shit podcast if you want to listen to it.
That's crazy. So what? He wasn't originally.
He's Venezuelan.
Venezuelan. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, right. So he wanted to just learn how to speak English, and you just wanted to. Was that like a big thing for you getting in front of the camera, or were you nervous at the start?
Yes and no.
I mean, you worked with cameras before, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I've always been a filmmaker, but I was always behind the camera.
True.
Like, you wouldn't even cop photos of me at events and stuff.
Whoa.
I'd be the camera guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think when I worked at this other job for ages.
Yeah.
And I was making like ads and social media content, and I'd always have to get different staff members to be in the content.
Cool.
And eventually I'm like, I'm going to just do it because I know what I want.
Yeah.
And then I was just like better because I knew what I wanted instead of trying to coach them, and doing that over time, like, I just got super used to it.
Yeah. What would you like? That was a big thing for me, getting in front of the camera. Like, I was nervous as like when I first like took a video of myself, and like I think you look at yourself and you're like, fuck, I look like an idiot. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, and I saw a good thing, and it was like video yourself talking for like 5 minutes about random stuff, and then like leave it a day and then rewatch it and see like how you talk, whether you're talking too fast or slow. Going into like the podcast space, is there like who's your first guest on the podcast? Do you remember?
Yeah, that's a good question. It might have been, I think it was actually our accountant, because it timed up with the end of financial year. So we wanted to give boys like a bit of tips and whatnot to do that time of year.
Yeah.
And then it quite quickly flowed into a whole manner of people.
Yeah, well, have you got like a favorite guest that you've had on?
I got a couple.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Angry Dad.
Yeah, oh, he's the best.
And he spoke so honestly and truthfully, so that was a really good one.
Go watch that if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, good one, especially if you've seen his stuff but don't know his story.
Yeah. I might actually watch it. I didn't even watch it, but I've seen a lot of his clips of him getting a bit pissed off. So,
yeah. And then Big Chalky, I just did that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, how was that?
Really good, man. He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
And I felt like we don't agree on everything, but we're able to sit here and just go back and forth in quite a timely time in this country.
Yeah.
And have a pretty good discussion.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I think that's all what it is as well, eh? It's just being open. Like, I think everyone, and obviously it's a crazy time in, Australia and around the world, but everyone's got different opinions. But if you can sit down, have a conversation face to face, you kind of give each other a voice. And if you can kind of not reason with people, but, come to disagree or agree to disagree, like, I feel like it's just going to calm everything down a little bit, eh? Like,
that's an interesting comment.
Yeah.
Because part of me thinks it calms it down, and then part of me thinks it
fuels it.
It fuels it.
Yeah.
Because and that's one of the hard bits when you're making commentary about things that people are passionate about.
Yeah.
And that's what Blokes Advice has always done. Like we talk about these things other people don't want to. No one can tell us what to say, so we can say it.
That's true, yeah.
The minute you say something that like someone gets fired up about, you get your haters.
Yeah.
And like,
has that always been a big thing on Blokes Advice?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I think it's just social media in general, hey?
Yeah.
Is there a post on Blokes Advice that you've like looked at and you think, God, that's stupid, or like not so much.
One of my posts or something?
No, like either yours or someone else's, like you.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's shit that I've posted that has not hit the mark I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Or I was going for a bit of outrage to try and get some commentary going. I'm like, whoa, that hit a nerve.
Yeah, put something up about the Ashes or like something like that. Hey, that'd get a few people.
I made fun of the CMFEU one time.
There'd be a lot of tradies in that group as well, eh?
Yeah. I don't regret that. Fuck them. they're all right. It was a joke there.
Yeah, for sure. What, mate, it was actually crazy. I went to lunch today with my partner, and we literally came out of where we were eating lunch, and there was a Blokes Advice sticker on the back of a ute. How did that come about? Like getting your merch going and stickers and like stubby holders and like, all that shit you got going on now. How did that come about? That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, man. So my mate that started the group, his name's Brock.
Yeah.
He kicked this off when he was like fucking like 20. I was a few years older, and I had a business doing wholesale import of clothing.
Right, okay.
Terrible business, barely made any money ever. Whole thing fell apart. But I learned a fair bit. So I'm like, hey, he I think he just tried to do some shirts, and I'm like, I can do these for you.
Yeah.
So we just worked together to make the first batch of merch.
When was that in time frame? So like you started in 2016, was it?
Yeah, it was the end of 2016.
Oh, so it's fairly
pretty quick into it.
Yeah.
Because boys wanted to rock it out.
True, right? Yeah.
And then it quite quickly became apparent, because this was in the underground fight club days.
Yeah, right.
It was a way to let everyone know you're a member. It was a badge of honour. Right?
Yeah, wow.
So then the rules sort of started popping up. If you see a bloke in a Blokes Advice shirt, you buy him a beer.
Wow.
And then that's what the stickers are. And you see, I got thousands of posts of guys leaving beers on, the guy's car for them to find.
Wow.
Maybe they leave a note. We've seen someone left a paw once.
True. Wow.
Even we had this one, and the guy had the sticker, and he had a note left underneath it with a beer, and it just said, "From the widow of a BA member."
Whoa.
I'm like, hectic. So yeah, that all pretty much kicked off like at the start, and it's just been a way to wear what you believe on your back.
100%. Yeah. And I think like going into that tradie world, like, it's massive, hey. Like, I think, what's your thoughts on the tradie world? Like, do you think it's obviously it's a necessary thing to have builders, chippies, but I think that's one of the main industries, that construction industry, that struggle for mental health, hey? Is that something that you see, or?
Oh, for sure. Like, so don't quote me on the exact numbers.
Yeah.
But guys make up 3 out of 4 suicides. So, right, it's 3 times more likely than a woman to commit suicide. If they do work in the construction scene, you can triple that number again.
Wow.
That's how likely they are. So they're like, 12 times more likely?
Yeah.
That's not directly to do with the industry. Maybe it's the kind of guys that attracts. It's definitely got something to do with the, tough sort of culture persona in there. But in saying that, I don't want to like paint a brush, because the tradies I know aren't like that, and the conversation's getting more and more open. You see the likes of like Mates in Construction and TX and a bunch of these people focusing on the trade scene, and it's no different. Transport's the same, mining, all those things are kind of just like male-dominated industries.
Yeah.
So if you look at like, say, butchers or pretty much anywhere that's 90% male, you're going to get the same issues.
Yeah. And I think as well, like, it's not just that. Like, a lot of the people that work in emergency services and, the sort of stuff they can see is crazy work, and like, I couldn't imagine, these sort of first responders that go to, road traffic collisions and, they see people at their worst. Like, that must really stick with them. Is that something like the whole first responders, is that like another thing that, does suffer with mental health?
Probably, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Definitely the PTSD bit. We did an episode with the cop. Who was first responder on the Dreamworld accident. Wow,
that's heavy.
It was, and like the whole podcast was about his journey through some pretty severe PTSD. It's just because they don't make up as many people, we don't see that story as often. But yeah, there's plenty of that.
Yeah, for sure. Mate, I want to just speak about. If you're happy to speak about it, I think I saw a thing about Blokes Advice had been slanted in the media.
What time?
Yeah, I know, a few times. Do you have much to say around that, on like what happened? Like you said, when it kind
of
got...
As I said, what time?
Yeah, it got... Well, let's go back to when you first went on the media back in like 2016, and it was really blowing up, and it was almost like you say, that fight world, underworld of Blokes Advice. How did that sort of come about? And that obviously mustn't have made you feel good, that you were trying to do a good thing, and things can get portrayed in the media sometimes that it's just a load of bullshit.
Yes and no. Like, I think the weirdest one was like, we never said anything back in those days. We weren't even posting. It was just people in the group. We facilitated the group, and then it was funny at the time, to be honest, because we were young 20-year-olds. And it would be... In year 1, we got about 15 to 20 million comments.
Wow. That's a lot of comments. Yeah.
It's a lot of comments, right? So
that's crazy.
So to be fair, like no small team can ever look at that many comments to start with.
Yeah.
And a lot of those articles would pick out 4 comments and say, Blokes Advice said this. It's like, A, we didn't say it.
Yeah.
2, it's it's a joke to start with.
Yeah.
Might be in poor taste, which is, they were in poor taste.
Yeah.
But fuck, it was just funny that they'd made this big song and dance over essentially nothing.
Yeah, yeah. And like, that's the thing, like, I think everyone's taking shit so serious now, hey? Like I'm only 22, and like, you know, I'll speak to like a lot of the older people I know, and they're like, and even my parents, they're like, fuck, back in our day, like, you know, you could say anything and you could comment on that person and what he dresses like, and now you just can't, hey? Like, people take shit so literally.
I beg to differ, you kind of fucking can if you're ready to deal with it.
Cop it, yeah.
It's been 10 years, we're not cancelled, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, we're going good, we started a charity, we're doing cool shit. Just at the start of this year, they tried to have another crack.
Yeah.
And news.com.au had a crack like a month ago.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. That must make you feel, I mean, you can't sort of let it, you know, you can't dwell on it, you know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to get a story at the end of the day, but...
Honestly, because we're at the stage now where people know this is what we do.
Yeah.
Whether it's a joke or whether it's like an opinion that we're allowed to have, because it's nothing we're saying is like crazy, like we're not fucking Nazis out here.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it all works good for us.
Yeah.
Like oh man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you this story about the news reporter from news.com.au.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
Right. So we made a joke about the Melbourne Cup winner.
Okay.
It was a female. Her husband was also in the race.
Is this year?
This year.
This one, yeah.
And we said, at least he gets to ride a Melbourne Cup winner tonight. Right? Not even our joke. It's been used a million times, right? And we just saw it on Instagram or whatever, and we reposted it because we thought it was funny. Because we got the followers, this chick's, the reporter, is in our inbox going like, do you care to comment on this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? And I'm like, not really, because you're writing a hit piece right now.
Yeah.
So I just kept being cheeky. I'm like, hey, this shirt's pretty offensive. Would you mind dropping a link to this in the article? And then she's like, this is going out to 13 million readers, and are you sure you don't want to comment? I'm like, 13 million readers before Black Friday, thank you. She
Bloody oath.
She posts the article, it gets like, it blows up, but 95% of the people are like, on our side. They're like,
100%.
It's clearly a joke.
Yeah. And like you say, you didn't even make it up. Like, it's an old reoccurring thing.
I got top comment, it was, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking loved that. I messaged her back the next day. I'm like, hey, that worked really well. I'll give you $1,000 if we can do another one of those. And just
stirring the pot. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It doesn't, that only affected me positively, her doing that.
100%.
So I don't care.
Gives you a bit of like spotlight, hey, that you haven't got to pay for. So, mate, obviously, like, I didn't even realise that like Blokes Advice was so old and that. Like, going back to it, well, not old, but
we're old.
Yeah, you're old boys, man. Like, but like 2016, obviously, what's that, like nearly 10 years ago? Obviously, you've seen a lot of growth in 10 years, and it's probably got bigger than what you ever thought it would. What does the next 10 years look like?
It's a great question. So obviously, like, we've grown up and we want to do some cooler things with it. I think I want to continue the crux of what it is, a connection platform for guys 100%. To come to, know they're in somewhat of a space that they can feel safe to talk to one another. I want to build out the Better Bloke project.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of programs that are rolling at the moment, but there's some really big ones that we want to like pretty much expand. They're in pilot stage.
Sick.
And that's going to pretty much save lives like the minute it turns on. It already has, but once we can scale it and get more people behind the scenes replying to these messages, do
you guys get a lot of messages? You obviously you get a lot of DMs, but you must get a lot of people reaching out. Like, they're in like the worst time of potentially their life. Like, you must get a lot of DMs that sometimes you can't always get back to. Hey.
Yeah. And that's the worst one, when you wake up at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You missed a message at 3 a.m. and you're like, shit, this dude, like, is he still with us?
Yeah.
That's happened like, more times than I could count.
Yeah.
Which is the inspiration to build out this responder program I'm talking about.
Yeah. Do you want to speak on that, like the Better Blokes project a little bit more?
Yeah.
So obviously it started as Blokes Advice, how did the Better Blokes project happen? When was that?
So it came out of, I would say, a responsibility to feel like we could do something more with what we had.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So I love Blokes Advice. I love the camaraderie, the banter, the bullshit. It's just all those things. I get that it's not for everyone, and that's fine.
Yep.
Don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
there's also a side of it which is just like, it's nowhere else in Australia. What we've been able to do by getting guys to help other guys out and not rely on fucking Lifeline and Beyond Blue, which are awesome, but like, it's not connecting them to other blokes.
Yeah.
Which is just missing. So how do we take that and just do something with that good side of it? And that's where the Better Bloke project was born, where it started.
Wow.
And then, we started doing what we did, lots of community events, barbecue and chills, the podcast, telling other guys' stories, just telling other people's stories, like lets people feel like they're not alone.
100%. Everyone has a story, eh?
Yeah,
100%,
sure.
yeah.
Creating resources that actually make sense.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I was just writing some today for Summer Nats, and it's got all car analogies in, like,
sick.
Talking about running with no fuel and shit like that.
Yeah. So, that's pretty clever. That's a clever way.
Yeah, that one was Rob. Thanks, Rob.
Shout out, Rob.
So yeah, that sort of stuff, going to speak at events and actually getting up there and it not feeling like a mental health talk. Like to stand up, I remember the first talk I ever did was at this allied health place.
Was you nervous?
I was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
I'd spoken before. But it was quite proper because it was like in Sydney and we were the beneficiaries, so they gave us a couple grand to come down and they want us to talk to everyone, and I said and even Rob was like,
oh yeah.
But if you're like just doing that rehearsed speech, like people aren't engaged with it.
Yeah.
So to be able to like talk in a way that guys relate to it and resonate with it, I feel like we're cutting through the bullshit that other places might not. Time and place, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then the biggest thing we're working on next year, I'll tell you about that, it's the Better Bloke First Responder program.
Wow, okay.
So essentially what this has been in previous years has been our admin team.
Okay.
Right, our admin team gets messages, they got to deal with it, which wasn't good. None of us had any training. We were just people having chats with the boys, and we're talking taking phone calls at 2 a.m. or like calling in welfare checks because we didn't know what was going on.
Wow.
So how do we put more of a framework around that? To start with, we got some training.
Yeah, right? For sure.
Mental health first responder training, much like first aid training
and stuff.
Yeah, but for mental health.
Yeah.
So you can sort of see, is this person dealing with anxiety, depression, psychosis, substance abuse, blah blah blah, and then figuring out how to link all this engagement we're getting with these people. The difference is, if you look at the lifelines and stuff like that, they're a reactive service.
Okay.
So you got to call them, right?
Yep.
What's the toughest thing guys struggle to do?
Is reaching out.
To reach out, right?
For sure.
So we wanted to build a proactive service. So what we do is we go through all our messages, our comments, the conversations going on, and it might be a post where we say, it's good to like lean on your boys, like at Christmas time.
For sure.
And someone comments, nah, that's fucked, I don't have anyone. That's a digital distress signal, you could call it.
For sure.
Whatever you want. He didn't reach out for help, but he let it be known that there's something there. So we talk to that guy.
Wow.
We reach out and just open that conversation in relatable blokey way. And then, we might find something out about him, and then all we are is a bridge to the next step.
Yeah. That's really clever, eh?
Yeah, it's super cool. It hasn't been done, to my knowledge, in this country.
Wow.
So a proactive support.
So you're going to have a team of first responders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at the moment, there's about 5 boys doing it.
Wow.
We just did the 46 challenge where we walked for 46 hours here. We raised enough money off the back of that to train the next 12.
Yeah.
So the training's booked in for just after we get back.
Wow.
we're still building out the CRM. It's a whole thing.
It's techie ads.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. I was doing that walking challenge.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was the sleep deprivation over the actual walking that was the problem.
Yeah. Did you have just like heaps of Red Bulls and shit? Just yeah, man. Yeah. So obviously you've done like big meets, cook-ups, all that stuff. I guess I just want to, what would be your biggest advice for someone that, feels like they are going down that route of bad mental health? Maybe not such as in, suicidal thoughts, but, things of just they might have that feeling of, I'm not good enough, or this is going to shit, or, like what would be something you would say to them that, could potentially help them?
Yeah, so if it's not at a really bad level, it's probably the perfect time to catch it, right?
Yeah, and
actually do stuff. It's not rocket science. We all kind of know the things we should and shouldn't be doing, right? Whether it's drinking too much, not exercising, sleeping, all these things. If you can just pick a couple of them to make a tiny little improvement on, as long as you start moving in a positive direction, a forward direction, you're going to start feeling things shift a little bit, but do the same thing, get the same results. So it's the ability to take some accountability for that. So recognize what it is exactly that's a problem for you, and come up with a achievable way of doing it. If that's you don't have any friends, join a gym.
Get out there.
Start jiu-jitsu. You're not trying to be a jiu-jitsu pro. Like, just go and do something like that. Maybe you used to be into your fishing and you haven't done that. Google fishing clubs near me. There'll be something there, and then that gets you out with people doing something that you used to like, and it's just starting the ball rolling to get yourself moving. And once you got that, you put the next building block in place and you start like making a life for yourself again. But it is personal accountability to get there.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like you said about like the alcohol and like, hitting a half a bottle a night. And I think for a lot of people that is a reality,
Hugely so.
And I think like the drinking culture in Australia is crazy. Like comparing it to like the rest of the world, I reckon it's like one of the biggest drinking cultures in the world, Like, and I think a lot of people, they do, I don't want to speak on it too much, but they use it as a coping mechanism, and it's just like, I've had a hard day at work, I'll have a few beers after work, and then you start going to have a few beers, and then it's like, I'll have half a slab, and then it's like, I'll have half a slab like 4 days a week, and then you're like, shit, I've actually got a problem. And you start taking that thing away, and that's when like drinking can get down the route of like drugs and stuff, and it's just a vicious cycle. Hey, do you think like the drinking culture has, like the Aussie drinking culture has a part to play in terms of a coping mechanism with maybe mental health and trying to squash some issues?
Yeah, it's called a maladaptive coping mechanism.
Jesus, yeah, right.
But that's not just alcohol, it's just the way our society is set up. Australia, we had this culture of drinking. It's so readily available. It becomes one of the primary defaults that guys and girls go to. It's easy to get a drink. And that becomes a coping mechanism that isn't serving your best interests, is what that means. So that could be, porn because you feel lonely. Heroin because you're hurting. It's a bad way to deal with it. And it is a tough one to deal with because they do need a coping mechanism. If they are trying to cover something up or deal with something,
for sure,
they do need a way to deal with it. And alcohol is unfortunately an easy one, but it just eventually spirals out. Not saying like I'm big for having a drink.
For sure.
I think it's
just Aussie way, I guess.
I think, and that's the same with like, there's so many things in Aussie culture, like the punting and stuff like that. If you do it in excess, it's not good for you. But you got to figure out that within yourself, what you can do well. Like you see guys that get super into the CrossFit and shit. Like
high rocks and that.
And they're just like obsessed with it. Like they're addicted to it. But at least it's a positive outlet, right? For sure. I think it's the same mentality. Like
100%. I'd agree. For sure, mate. I always ask this question to guests that I have on the pod, and it's if you had one bit of advice, life or business related, what would it be and why? A bit of life advice.
That's such a good one, but I'd say do more.
Do more.
Do more. Do more volume.
Okay.
And I think that can apply to everything.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever you think is like your level, go above it. Just fucking go full balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Whether that's business, being nice to your missus.
Yeah.
I don't know, saying g'day to people. If you strive to do more than like you feel is the average level, you're going to get more out of it.
Yeah, I saw a really like similar thing, but it was like, if it doesn't make you nervous or scared, it's not enough. And I was like, fuck, that's good. Like, because I'm the same, like doing this whole podcast, I'm fucking terrified, Like, it makes me nervous, but like, that's got to be a good thing. Like, it can only go to something good, do you know what I mean? Like,
I saw Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee having a conversation.
Yeah.
They were doing the same quote, and it was, fear is a teacher, and I never skip class.
That's sick.
Hard.
That's hard. Yeah, that's deep, eh? Did you watch the boxing yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
What's your thoughts? Say no more.
I put $30 on Jake Paul to knock him out. It was paying good.
Yeah, it would have been like $200 return or something. Oh, nah, it was a good fight though, mate. Wow.
It was good to see it happen, man. Like Jake did all right, but completely,
he was going to get busted anyway.
He was going to get fucked up.
You just edged your bets on the $30, eh? Like,
he had a right hand, man. He got it off a couple times.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He just gassed way too early, and that's because of the size of old mate. He was still 40 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah.
So
look, you can even see like on his muscle mass, eh? Like,
it's huge. Monster. His arms are like this fucking big.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Jake's mental.
Yeah. I saw someone like on socials put like a $2.5 bet on for like Jake Paul to win, and they're like, I did it just in case it's rigged. And I was like, it's true though. Like,
that was in my head.
There is so much money in that stuff for it to potentially be rigged, eh?
Yeah, because I was thinking the other way. Like, if you put it on old mate, it was pretty much a sure thing.
Yeah.
So why don't you just go put $100,000 on it?
Yeah.
Because it might be rigged.
Yeah. It's always that little thing, eh? But no, mate, is there anything else you want to say about it's coming up next year, or like, you know?
Look, we'll be at Summer Nats. That's probably the sort of main upcoming one. So that's on the 8th to the 11th. Biggest event in Canberra every year. A bunch of bogans get together and we rip the tyres off cars.
Yeah, tough. So, what's your dream car?
Oh, dream car. Look, I like my trucks.
Yeah?
Yeah, every time I see a TRX go past, I'm lifting my head. So.
Do you like the old trucks, like the F-150s and that?
Yeah, I've always said that if I had like way too much money, I would daily drive an old school F-150 that's done up to be comfortable and nice.
Big lumpy V8 in there, right? Yeah, that sounds tough.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So we'll be at Summer Nats at the end of...
Are you doing a talk there?
We got a massive setup. We've gone for the last 2 years. We're rolling in and setting up the first time we've done the Better Bloke pit stop. We got 190 square meters. The whole thing's going to be couches and umbrellas, so you can come chill, free sunscreen, water, all those sort of things.
Yeah.
We'll have some of the cars on display. The boys are swapping them in and out. Swifty will be there. Hopefully Jake Myers. Should have Sicko down there.
Swifty, has he got the yellow? Yeah. Suzuki Swift is a big old Ellis in it or something. Yeah. Crazy guy. I saw that guy everywhere, eh?
So that'll be there like most of the time. And then we got a bunch of challenges too. So some tire change challenges, as well as chin up comps and like hold on challenges.
Oh, the bar hold on. Yeah. Oh, I'd be shit at that.
I got the bar downstairs.
I'm way too big for that, mate. No way. Nah, mate, appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming in and chatting about mental health and obviously the journey with Better Blokes Project and man, but if anyone has been affected by anything that's said in the podcast, always reach out to these guys. Obviously, I think we're only going to see more of what you guys do over the next few years. All the links down below for your guys' social media, and also for mental health helplines and all that stuff. But if you're around at some of that, pop in and see these boys' tents because they do a lot of good work. So. Yeah, guys, end of the episode. So if you haven't, always show love on the social media and like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.